I found that with time, things in my relationship with my wife, back then fiance, now wife, would trigger things. Fear was a big one. Fear of losing her. Fear that something's going to rock the boat. Fear that something is going to rob us of the happiness that we have in our relationship. We have a great relationship, but yet the fear was there. Like, what would it take to rock that boat? What would it take to damage that? And so what I found since my appointments with you was that we began to deal with certain, say, relational issues as they would come up. And what's happened is that I began to see that some of those things were simply things inside of me, whether it was directly resultant from PTSD or it's just something I had to wrestle with, any insecurity or whatever. But you helped me to understand the nature of those things. You helped me to understand that as a human, these things will come up in our minds. And one of the things we have to do is to differentiate between the reality we're experiencing versus, say, a fear, a concern, or that was a shadow from the past or something like that. And the other thing was to be able to look at the situation and say, you know what, that's nonsense. That's just fear. That's not going to happen. And then to be able to embrace the happiness that I have, to embrace the love, to embrace her love for me, and just to let down my guard. And I have found that I've really been growing in that area. And in all honesty, you're the only person I've talked to about these things. So I have to say, it is your work with me that is giving me the tools and the skills and the confidence so that I am succeeding today as a result of your work with me. When you and I began to work, at first I was wondering, okay, well, this looks good, sounds good. He's a nice guy, but I don't know if, this is the right match for me or not. You have been the perfect match for me as far as, the therapeutic relationship that we have and your ability to support me and help me. Your understanding, your method, your technique and everything has been fantastic. The greatest benefit of all that I've gotten through working with you, I would say it's a heightened sense of confidence in number one, my progress, my growth, and second of all, a heightened sense of confidence in that I possess the tools to be able to manage, I would say, many of, if not most of the symptoms and the challenges that I face as a result of having PTSD. And right from the beginning, that's one of the things I had said with you that I wanted. I know full well circumstances aren't going to go away. I don't control my circumstances, but what I need to do is to learn how to manage. And if something new arises or it has an impact on me I didn't expect, gaining that sense of confidence that I have the tools to be able to deal with that, to manage that, are what I need. And I was lacking that initially. It was a big change coming here to the UK. But after working with you for a while now, I guess nearly a year, my feet are solidly on the ground, and you've helped me to gain that sense of confidence that I have the tools. Another thing I can say you've done for me is that you've helped me to develop some new strategies to deal with things when they come up in my life. And they've all been very successful. And because of that, I have found myself growing on a weekly basis.